Hey people, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Doing It 365 with your host, Sir Influential out of Flags 365. And my guest this evening is an entertainer, a DJ, a producer, and also a record label owner. Ambitious, hardworking, determined, and from the motherland, I want to welcome you to DJ Scarfz from Gaffa Records. DJ Scarfz, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. What an intro. How
It's all about, man.
are you,
Remember,
man?
doing it 365 is all about highlighting the prominent as well as the up and coming entities in the Afro Caribbean community. So it's only right I give you a bombastic greeting, a strong welcome, a strong
Thank
introduction.
you, bro. Thank you.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Getting through this pandemic like everyone else, but we're getting there, innit? We're getting there. So
We're getting there for sure. For sure. How let's go straight in. Let's not waste no time.
yeah,
How has the pandemic been for you? How have you been navigating through it?
you know what? The pandemic's been pretty good to me, to be honest. I feel like because of all the time that I've had a lot of time to put the stuff that I wanted to do in action. Before the pandemic, I felt like there's so much, obviously with the events and the DJ and the booking. There's a lot of stuff that I had planned, but there was just never any time to really get it through. So when the pandemic came and the bookings went flying out the windows, the events went flying out the windows,
Mm,
I could sort of sit down and be like, you know what left do I need to do now in terms of with the time that I've got, what can I do? And that's when the label just literally, I thought, yeah, this is
birth.
the right time. And yeah, but yeah, the pandemic's been good to me. We thank
That's
God.
wicked.
We thank
That's
God.
wicked.
I,
I
I
love that.
caught COVID last October, but obviously I'm still here, so I got through it. So
We're blessed, we're strong, we're healthy, we're managing through it. Before we get straight into the meat, which is the label, let's backtrack a bit. Let's go through your journey, your history. So you said you're a DJ, there's
yeah,
events, bookings have stopped coming in. To give us a for those of you who are just meeting you for the first time, or probably who have even forgotten that you DJ because you've been so busy doing events now, and now you're a record label owner. Let's just remind the people of DJ Scarfz and your journey. So, what year did you start DJing? Where did you start DJing? And what genre were you playing?
okay. So I started DJing. I think it must have been Jesus Christ, 2009, I believe, when I was literally just started uni. So when I went into uni, I'd always loved music. You know, what I mean, just literally been downloading songs, etc. But I didn't really
Mhm.
take anything much of it, to be honest. It's just me playing music in my room, whatever. So I got to uni now, and I stumbled across this app, Virtual DJ. At the time, it wasn't really a big thing. Not really too many people knew of it. People used to download it, play
Okay.
about it. So I was playing about with it one day, and then I lived on campus, and in my flat there was a girl that used to hear me DJ on the app. So we decided to have a flat party at the time, and she was saying that she was struggling to get a DJ. Everyone's trying to charge her crazy prices, etc. So I said, you know what, I don't mind doing it. I'll step in and do it. Obviously, it might not be the greatest, but it's music. So I done that. That was like my first ever time playing to people. And from that one party, literally everyone was like, who's this guy? Like who's this guy? Like he's a DJ. And I was telling people, I'm not even a DJ. I'm just someone that goes to the uni. Then from that, another girl said, no, yeah, I'm having a flat party next week. Can you come and do mine? And it just literally rippled on from that. So before I was DJ Scarfz, the campus I used to live on was DHAV. This is in Hertfordshire Uni. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So before I was Scarfz, people used to know me as DJ DHAV because literally whenever there was a flat party in uni on campus, it was me that was DJing there. But then
Big up the B
this
have massive, big up the UHUA.
you gotta love them, man. You gotta remember at that point in time was the time where Hertfordshire Uni was really popping in terms of the
Okay.
socials. There was a few. I'd say probably a handful of unis that was really doing it socially. DMU, Brunel, but Hearts was definitely up there. So
The
for
coach
me, it was
parties,
exactly,
everything.
yeah. So for me, it was a nice platform because people obviously knew that I DJ'd at all the flat parties, but up until that point, I still never DJ'd in any clubs. So
Mm.
I just still saw it as people just booking me because they can. I still weren't charging anyone. I literally just tell people, listen, just get me a bottle of Sambuca, and I'll come and play. I didn't really see it as a thing.
Love that.
You know what
Can't
I
go
mean?
wrong. Get
It's
me a bottle
young,
and it's bubbly.
young uni. You weren't really interested in the money, so I just wanted to enjoy, make everyone else enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was one party, and Mr. Smooth EMT, a guy that's in my camp now, he heard me play, and he was a regular DJ. He was DJ. He was getting booked for all the coach raves, the main raves, and he said, "Look, listen, you're really good at DJing at these house parties. Can you play on decks?" And I said, "Nah." He said, "Okay, well, come and join my camp, and I can basically help you in the way if you need any help with anything, etc." Gave me the ins and outs of what I need to do, and then I slowly made the transition to DJing in the clubs.
From virtual
And
to
then
Big up
yeah,
Smooth
yeah,
every time, man. Big up
trust
Smooth
me,
every
loud and
time.
smooth, man.
Smooth EMT. Cheers.
Yeah, and then from then, literally, yeah, the booking just kept on running. Coach raves all over the gaff, and yeah, it's crazy.
Wicked. So what was the event or the moment where you said, yeah, you know what? This is the booking, or this is the moment I say, yeah, I'm a DJ now. I am DJ Scarfz. Like, this is me.
You know what? There's I think for me personally there on campus there was a student union. At the time it was Forum. It was called Forum. It's kind of big, 2,000 capacity, and obviously we used to go there every Monday, get drunk, party like we do. Lectures Tuesday morning, go there, hungover. But yeah, I'd always said I wanted to play at one of the main events there. Main stage, everyone can see me. So then I hollered at the guy that used to do the event stage. His name's Chris Essence.
Yes, and I said, big up Chris Essence as well.
Yeah, big up. So I said, look, listen, I've DJ'd on campus. I've DJ'd at there was also another club called DJ, and I used to do quite a few early sets there to like practice on the decks in front of people. But it was never anything really main stage, just really trying to get the experience of playing on decks.
Yeah.
So I hollered at Chris and I said, look, Chris, can I just get any set at Forum? I don't mind who it is, like early, late, whatever. So he said that's fine. Come and warm up. So this was at 10 till 12 or something like that. Yeah. So I'd done that. At this time, obviously people were getting there a bit early, but it wasn't really too ramp. You know what I mean? So I'd done 10 to 12. I was more than happy with that. Thought, yep, that's my night done. Then we now go and party. But then there was another DJ that was booked. I can't remember who it was, but he was stuck in traffic and he couldn't make it. So he had called Chris and said, look, Chris, I'm not gonna make it. So you're gonna have to get someone else. So then I was like to Chris, look, listen, my laptop's there. I don't mind jumping on, I'm there. And then he was like, yeah, all right then, let's try it. I said, "Bear man," I said it as a joke, but I was ready to go, but I didn't expect he would be like, yeah. So then he was like, yeah, go and jump on, and I jumped on, and I think I played a Afrobeat set at the time, and it was just going off. And that point where I've done a couple mixes, and I'm looking up, and I'm just seeing 2,000 people looking at me, and they're just literally going crazy. I'm thinking,
madness.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say I'm a DJ now.
Forum was the venue where the DJ booth is in the middle of the dance floor, innit? In a circle.
No, with Forum, it's literally like it's kind of like a concert venue. I mean, you've got a nice big high stage, and you just got literally the whole floor. So
and it's people can walk around you though in a circle, innit?
No, that was backwards. That's backwards.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Backwood. Oh, shout out Backwood. Oh, that club was just, even just saying all of these club names just bring back so many different memories from
Memories,
uni.
proper.
It's crazy.
UH,
But yeah,
UH.
louder,
I don't
louder.
even go UH, but I've been UH.
You know, when you come to UH for a party, you know that you're gonna experience
A good thing.
something different. Something different.
Yeah.
It ain't just a normal party, you know what I mean? Because with Hertfordshire uni at the time, I don't know about now, obviously pandemic and everything, but at the time, people just wanted to enjoy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
People just wanted to enjoy. So yeah, it was great. But at that point in time, that's when I realized, yeah,
That was a special
I think
moment.
it's safe to say I can hold a DJ name still now. So,
Yeah, ready.
yeah,
You're ready for the roads now.
yeah,
All
definitely.
right. So we finished uni now, established in the uni scene. How
Hmm.
do we now get now? 'Cause it's one thing to be a DJ in the uni scene and obviously on your uni circuit. So you're doing the coach events, you're doing all the major parties at UH. You're probably starting to do your own events, probably. How
Yeah,
do we
yeah, 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 yeah.
from DJ to the event organizer now? Because
Okay.
it's a beautiful transition. So how do we get to that?
Yeah, so what had happened was, obviously from doing this is back when I was in second year, from doing all of the flat parties, I'd built quite a strong following with people, and at the same time, there was another DJ, DJ Funks, Big Funks. He had started as well, so we had basically started at the same time, more or less, and we were growing up in terms of learning the whole game and everything.
Mhm.
So we had said, not yet. We want to do one of our parties. Let's just try and do something.
Try
You know what I
and
mean,
thing.
yeah. If it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But lucky for us, like I said, we had a lot of people that was around us that we could speak to and be like, listen, how do you order flyers? You know what I mean? How do you promote that? You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
um, so we had done our first ever event, which was it's called Too Much Music. That was like our brand sort of thing, and our first event went off crazy, absolutely crazy. So from there, we just said, listen, let's just continue. Let's just continue. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do this and that until it got to a point where it was at the end of year. I think it was end of second year I was at, and Mr. Smooth EMT, he normally does his end of year rave, which is called Sex on Decks. Uh,
Yo, say that name again.
Sex on Decks
Legendary name.
for anyone that has been to a Sex on Decks,
You
you
know,
know, you know what's
slow
happening.
jam,
You know what's
slow
happening.
rubber
You,
dub.
you go there for the vibes, but you get that half an hour set at the end where it's just solid slow jams. So at that really truly you don't really get that too much in events, which is why that was a sort of niche thing, because you would get maybe
Mhm.
like a 10-15 minutes where the lights are on and people are running around getting their coats and stuff, but you never really had a set slow jam set where you could hear the old school classics, you know, that yeah, and that
Proper.
girl that girl that you've been watching the whole night, you can go to her and say, yeah, come, let's just have a look at that. So, yeah, it was crazy. So we
Nice.
basically we had talked with him because we wanted to do an end of year event as well. Obviously, we knew that Smooth was doing one, so we said, yeah, let's just link up and let's just do it together. We'll do this event together and see what happens. And the event, I think it sold out within like the first week. Like tickets had come out, and literally everyone had heard that. Oh, there was rumors that we were going to do it, but we didn't really confirm anything until I think it was a random Monday where we said, look, listen, we had a flyer. We went to go a flyer at Forum, and we just started giving it to people, and people literally will take it, be like, oh, yeah, thank you, look at it, and be like, what? Too much music? Meet Sex on Decks? What? No, no. So then that next day, tickets came out, and literally tickets just started flying. Everything we had was gone within the first week, and that's when we knew
Madness.
that yeah, this is going to be crazy. And from then, it just literally just developed. We just wanted to. We always wanted to push for more. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
we were doing like 600 capacity venues, which was like the joint, and then we said no, we need more. So we started doing batchwoods, which was like 1,200. Um, and then we said, yeah, let's link up with Chris Essence as well. Let's do an event in Forum that was like 2,000 capacity. So we always just wanted to get more and more and more. and then that's literally just how the event just continued building. You know what I mean? We would always look for. We was one thing that was good with us is we were in and around, we were in the uni, so we could speak to people and be like, listen, what event do you think you want? And someone will say, and someone will say, listen, there's not enough soca, so please can you do some sort of dancehall versus soca, or can you do some sort of bashment rave or Afrobeat rave? And we'll take everything on board, and every rave we'll do, we'll try and improve to get everyone on board. Obviously, you're not gonna you're not gonna get everyone. You know what I mean? It's gonna be some people that either don't like it or whatever. But we try and please as much people as we can. That was always our thing. So and that's just literally how the events has continued, and people continue following. Yeah,
just growing and growing and growing. I love that. I love that. So we're gonna go back to the DJ in a bit as well, because there's a lot there still. So we're still on the uni. We're in third year now, second year, third year. We're building the buzz. You said Smooth had an event. So how were you not promoting these events? Were you doing mix CDs? Did you have any specific mixes that were Scarfz special branded mixes? And how were you like getting them out there? Were you printing? Was it SoundCloud?
Yeah, you know that with us, one thing that we always said is we don't want to go shy on promotion, no matter how much it costs. Let's do it, because to us it was always worth it. One thing that, especially people that have gone out, more than likely you would have seen me at the time after the rave flying. You know what I mean? Whether it was Forum or whether even if it was a drive down to London on the weekend to fly out an event, to try and get people to come up. That was one thing that we were always keen on, flying at events. Obviously now it's sort of changed, where even before COVID, where a lot of promotion was done online via social media. But in the era where I was doing events, you needed to go out and fly. You needed to go out and give mixed CDs, because when you're giving people flyers and they're coming and saying, "Where's the CD? Where's the CD?" And I said, "Oh, well, CD, you're guaranteed a CD now." But if they want a CD, and if that's what is going to make them come to the event, you burn CDs. You know what I mean? So we would do so much different things. So we'd have like there was an event we done, which was like Valentine's Day, where we went to Costco, we bought a bag of sweets, a bag of them, and Smooth had done his signature mix, Sex on Decks, which is like a slow jam mix, and we literally had the flyer, the CD, and a bag of sweets, just all in one sort of like sachet thing, and we'd go to all the events and give it out, and people were just so responsive to it. But it was just because it was something different, you know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of promotion, we really went hard, and it wasn't easy, because I think a lot of the ravers think that just doing an event is pretty straightforward. You know what I mean? It doesn't take too much work, and you just say that you're going to do an event, everyone turns up, but they're not realizing that there's times where you're sleeping and my alarm's going off at 2 o'clock, so that I can get up and start bagging flyers to go flyer for an event that has maybe 50 people. But from that 50 people, even if I can get 3, 4, 5 people to come to the event, to me that's a win. You know what I mean? So it is worth it. What you put in is what you get out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we do. But in terms of mixes, obviously I'm a multi-genre DJ, but at the same time in uni I used to get booked to play quite a bit of soca, because I wouldn't say not really that many people played soca, but I was really good at playing soca. And that just stems back to when I first started doing raving. So even before university, the first ever rave that I went to was Flags, which is why till today I've got so much love for Flags, because I've been going to Flags from ages ago.
From ages in Balham.
From ages ago. There's a funny story, because what happened was, obviously when you're in college, obviously everyone turns 18 at a different time. And for me, my time is like December, but all of my guys was like November, October sort of times. So there was there was, I think, just the guy before me, his birthday was in November, and they said, "Listen, we want to go to an event." And I said, "Listen, I'm not even 18, but I'm just gonna try. Like, I'll try things. I mean, everyone else has got ID, so we said that we're gonna go to Flags. Someone said it's a soca rave. I was like, oh, what? Okay, soca, let's go. Whatever. It's your birthday. Let's go. So then we got to Flags now, and obviously everyone's showing IDs. And it gets to me, and I'm like, oh, I don't have my ID. And the woman at the door at the time, she's like, well, you've got to go home. And then I'm literally just there blagging for time. She's not letting me in. So I'm like, oh, whatever, cool. You guys go in, and then I'll just go home and I'll just chill. So them lot went in, and then I was literally there for I think another half an hour, just telling the woman, please, listen, I'm 18, just like all of my guys are in, etc. And then in the end, she kind of felt bad for me. Obviously, all of the other guys had ID and they were 18, so she said go in. And that was the first ever event that I went to. And from then, I was a monthly at Flags. And for those who don't know, before Flags was doing Coronet and all this Club Excelsior, if you know about Club Excelsior, that's the origins of Flags. That's when, oh Jesus Christ, you go in there and you come out sweating because you are just walking up. It's mad. But yeah, love the Flags for that.
Mad.
But that's, and obviously from going to all of them soca fets is when I sort of started downloading my own soca music. And going to uni, you never really had too many people that were playing soca. So for me, it was very easy for me to play soca, and people used to book me because they used to like my soca sets at that time. So yeah, I used to do a couple of soca mixes, reggae mixes, but soca was really my like sort of thing for uni. So,
and you was mixing it in nice with the Afro beats as well, car.
Yeah, there was
Afro beats, is because obviously you started uni 2009. Afro beats started getting big in the UK, or growing or bubbling in the UK 2007. So you're 09 to 011. You're now at the prime of Afrobeats proper, like making noise and making its presence felt. So I can imagine at uni, you're catering to everybody's needs, car. You're going UH. There's a lot of Caribbeans that go there and a lot of Africans that go there. So
yeah,
even
exactly.
when you're giving them the soca, they might say, yeah, give us a look, a half an hour Afrobeats as well. And it was
that's it.
Yeah, you get it. So that's
it. And I think that was why, in terms of our events, they worked out well as well, because you'd literally just have everything that you wanted. So if you liked soca, you knew you were going to get soca in our events. If you liked Afrobeat, you knew you would get a good Afrobeat set in our events. Whereas there was a couple other events where it would be either a bit more commercial, you won't really hear the proper Afrobeats or the proper soca. I mean, you might hear jump, put your hands up, jump, soca, but you wouldn't really hear soca set. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's why like it was just crazy in terms of
So what was that? What was the first soca song that made you say, "Yo, I like this genre"? You know, like from a DJ perspective, when you're like, oh, I like this genre of music.
From a DJ perspective or from a raver?
Both. Give me both.
From a raver, it was 30 seconds of walking up. When I first heard that, I was like, what on earth is going on here? Because when that came on, everyone was just going crazy. And I was like, oh crap, this is a good song, you know what I mean? Plus, it was only 30 seconds, so I was like, oh crap, this is
actually only 30 seconds.
And I didn't realize that until I started DJing, and I actually wanted to get the song. And I was thinking all of the versions that I was getting was weird because they were all 30 seconds. I was like, no, I want the full song. Like, what's going on here? Until I realized, hold on a second, maybe the song is actually 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah. From Barbados. Trust me.
Trust me.
The Bayesian walk up. Wow, you see, when I first heard that song as well, I was like, yo, tune bad. And just like you, this is remember as well, this is BBM days, you know. So we ain't on iPhone yet. We ain't got no WhatsApp yet. We're probably just still coming out of Bebo, just getting into Facebook. And then it's like, like this tune. So to get this, your BB, Bluetooth, that it's coming in 2.5 FZ 6 long, but that's the one. Memorize.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, proper. proper. So that's on my raver. So
Yeah.
then so then was that the same one that you clocked as a DJ as well then?
You know, yeah. As a DJ, I can't really say that there was ever that soca song that made me think, no, I like soca. I think obviously I came into it from Raven, so
So
I
it's a,
naturally just liked soca from Raven. So DJing for me was just very follow on, because I think, what do I like to hear in soca raves, and that's it.
yeah.
But there weren't. I don't think there was ever a standout soca song for me that was that. Yeah, this is wow. This is what is going to make me DJ. I just wanted to play as much soca as I can.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that fully. Yeah, man. I reminiscing, man. Early days
We're
of
getting back, man. We're getting back.
And all of that stuff, man.
Trust me.
It's all gonna come back full circle because it's crazy now. So
yeah,
you're talking now DJing events, the Afro beats, the soca, mixing the two now. So you've now left uni now. You're back in London. You're probably working. You're a graduate now. How are you now navigating the event scene? Because it's one thing to do it in UH, where you know the venues, the venue owners know you, the crowd knows you, they trust you now. You've built up that trust. Like, was it easy to get that same love when you come back now? Because everyone now lives different parts of London. It's not just trusted in UH. Bam, one WhatsApp or one BB message, one video or something, and then everybody's reaching. So how is it now doing events in London?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, even after I left uni, I think there was like a transition period where I was still doing events in Hertfordshire, because that was all I knew. So even though I didn't go to the university, I still had the relationship with the club owners and people that had come to the previous raves. Obviously, first years at the time. Obviously, I would have been in third year, so they've still got 3 years. So in my mind, I've still got about 2 or 3 years where people still know the brands definitely in university. So I thought I would still focus on university, but try and start building in London as well. Now with London, I think it was, in terms of the promotion, it was sort of like similar thing, because you still got to go to events to flyer. The only difference is, when I'm doing a uni rave, there's maybe 3 or 4 places I need to go. Campus, the raves, there's maybe three or 4 clubs. So is that, and there's only ever one at a certain time, maybe 10 minutes away from everywhere. But in London, you might have an event in North London, an event in South London, an event in West London. So the workload is like times 10.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's one of them ones where it was a real wake up, because in Hertfordshire, you only really ever have one event on the same day. That's it. So listen, this is the only place I've got to be. Simple. But when you've got an event in West London, you've got an event in South London, you've then got to start thinking, okay, what time am I getting there? What time do I need to leave there to get there? Which event is probably going to cater to me more? And that's just 2 events. There's probably about 10, 12 events. So now you've got to do even more homework and think, what events are even on today? You know what I mean? Now is a lot easier because you've got Scarfz and Eventbrite. But at that point in time, I think Scarfz was still there, but people wasn't really promoting like that online.
New. It was new.
You know what I mean?
Remember, it was ticketed events. It wasn't online sales yet. Because remember, there was no Eventbrite, there was no Scarfz, there was no tickets, whatever the other ones were. It was literally
so even trying to find out where the events were was hard. But lucky for us, a lot of people would be flying. So when I would go on flyer, I would literally go to all of the other promoters and get one of their flyers.
Yes.
So that I'll get back to the car and be like, okay, look, listen, next week this is on, that's on, this is on, this is on. And then I'll go back to the team and say, look, listen, these are all of the events. What events make sense to go on flyer? You know what I mean? There's no point of me doing let's say a soca rave that I'm catering for young people, but I'm flying over 30 raves, playing something else. It just doesn't make sense. So at that point in time, you kind of weigh up what makes sense, and then just play off by there. But it was a steady movement in terms of finding clubs and building relationships up with them. I think one thing that sort of helped was we could get very good references from our clubs in Hertfordshire. So we would literally go to let's say a new club and say, listen, we want to use this club. If you want to know about our previous events, I can give you the number or the email for this guy that we've done an event with before. And they'll message Pete, usually like the owner, backwards and say, do you know these guys? How is their event? And obviously they'll come back and say, yeah, these guys flipping smash it for us. They got 2,000 people in there and there was no trouble and blah blah. So that is, I think that sort of helped. We weren't starting from fresh in terms of London.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we had quite a bit of a base to sort of like help us, but we still have to build new relationships with club owners, and then even just meeting new promoters that we're trying to work with, because for us it was always a thing where we never wanted to work against someone. It's just trying to build the whole scene as one.
That's
then
right.
there's sometimes where two people have an event on the same day and you
can't help
just
that.
can't help it. You can't help it. You know what I mean? So, but I think even early back to me, it was like, oh, why is there so many events on the same day as us? But then you just think, how many people are in London? Like, you know what I mean? Not every single person in London can go to this one event. So let's just focus on doing our job. They do their job. Hopefully, everyone can come to both events. Their wave is full, our wave is full. Everyone eats, goes home, community is happy. You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's even now a mentality that we still need to maintain, because there's even more people in London now than before.
Yeah.
So really and truly, if your branding and your promoting is strong, you can both events can pop.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think it's even harder now because there's more people and then there's less clubs. So it's like the option then gets weighed down, and then people are really, really picking which one do I want to go to, and you know what I mean, it's just crazy, the whole scene as it is right now. But once again, all of that's just all up in the air because there hasn't been an event for how long.
So it's crazy. Let's talk about that now then. All right, because I know, like for a fact, that when we can proper party, which is going to be very soon, I feel next year for sure. Like, the people are going to be like, yo, you know what? Enjoyment, because I ain't really had it like this.
Yeah.
So, but I feel as well, on the flip, as event organizers, we need to exercise caution as well, because we're going to have to remind people like, hey, listen, it's the first months back. Yeah, we know everyone's happy. We're happy to see you all. The bar stuff, everything. Take time with the drinking.
Yeah.
So you might normally, you know, more time there's a one jerk man. We might need two jerk men and
the whole stall.
A woman selling jollof and suya. We might need a person doing kibbutz. Everyone's gonna be fresh.
Yeah, definitely. That first big sort of event or motive after lockdown is just going to be crazy, because not even in terms of, obviously everyone misses raving with people, but it's just the things that you don't even think about, like listening to music just 20 times louder than you should be. You know what I mean? Where you're just standing still and the music is shaking you, thinking, even if you don't want to dance, your body's moving, so you have to dance. You know what I mean? Just simple stuff like that. That's the stuff that I personally just can't wait for. I just can't wait for, which is sort of like it's still burning me to do like carnival and stuff like that, because even stuff like that, just being right behind the truck, and you're thinking my ears are gonna just blow, but I don't care. Give me some more rum and let me just go down the road. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that you miss. But the one thing that everyone just needs to take forward is that this is just here and now. You know what I mean? We said that last year, but it's not like a carnival is not going to happen ever again.
Exactly.
You know, so just know that, prepare yourself so when it comes, you can enjoy and make the most of all of the carnivals that we didn't have.
Definitely. And I feel like people are going to be more appreciative as well, because during the pandemic, a lot of people were doing the brunches and the
Mm.
headphone parties, and that's in
Yeah.
the daytime. But you see, when you can just like go to work, come home, get ready, and go out in the night and just take your time, or
Yeah.
get the food after, come home, sleep, eat, and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I need. That's what I miss.
That's
And
what
then
we all
again,
need, man. That's what we all need.
and then I feel like even like the carnival as well, you're gonna appreciate it more. Like you're gonna take your time down the road. Big up Celia saying she hopes it's an outside event. I don't care whether it's outside or inside. I just need the big speakers, preferably inside, because we've had the outside events. Let's be honest. Quite a few
Listen,
people have done a few park
outside,
events.
inside, upside,
I want
downside,
it inside
anywhere.
with a proper bar and a proper toilet and big speakers, and where I can get on the mic and I can control the crowd and I can tell them, listen, oh no, get ready for what? Yeah, mad. Ready.
It's
Because
coming.
there's so
It's
many
coming.
tunes and you know what? Because there's so many tunes that were released in the 2019, 2020, and that are going to release this year that we haven't heard in the club. The club? What?
And that's
Crazy.
it's one thing hearing a song on your phone. There's one thing hearing a song in your headphones. One thing hearing it in your car. There's one thing hearing it in a club. You might hear a song. I think I don't really like that song. There's been times where I've heard a song and I've been like, it's all right. Then I'll get in a car and play it, and I'm thinking, oh wow, this song's amazing. Or I'll get in a club and just seeing people's reaction to a song. Sometimes that's all you need to make you listen to the song again. I think, okay, maybe this song is actually top it. And then next thing you know, it's on your playlist and is one of your favorite songs. You know what I mean? So
big up Ayogun Color saying he just sees any type of event where he can enjoy. I feel the same, mate. I feel exactly the same. We're just waiting for that. So, because how they're looking, I'm getting the news reports, I'm seeing them. They're saying so far in the first month of 2021, it's been 10 million people vaccinated. The average UK population is 66 million. So, at the run rate we're going, let's say there's a month where we miss, where we don't get 10 million, whatever. August, September. The majority of the population will have been vaccinated and obviously have the 2 doses by then as well. But you got time for the second dose, so that means there might be a late summer party, one and two things, and that would just set the vibe. And then there might be the Christmas parties now because it might be all right, cool, mad thing. So
we can't wait. And hopefully.
Trust me,
hopefully everything moves as quick as possible. Or are you going to get vaccinated? Are you're for that? Yeah.
Or... I'm watching it. I'm not rushing into vaccinations. I'm watching it, and obviously, if they've got 10 million so far, I don't feel like they're going to be able to vaccinate everybody. Because think of it. Just flu jab, for example, flu vaccination. That's for the elders, they can't vaccinate every old person because, for example, not every old person can even come out of their house.
Of course.
So I don't feel like it's for everybody to get vaccinated, but just they want the majority. And obviously, I'm a man. I like to watch and see, and let me wait and watch and see. Like, obviously, let me be honest. If every avenue I need a vaccine for, you're backing me up to take a vaccine. Okay. I'm gonna eventually probably say, all right, you know what? Let's do it. And pray that my body takes it and I can manage it, because obviously there's allergic reactions, there's side effects. Hopefully it's none for me, or very, 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 very minimal after the first and second dose, and then we're good to go. But as it stands now, I'm hoping that I don't need to get that and the rest of the population can work with it, and then we're good to go.
Good,
you hear me? So, what about you? Are you taking it?
Well, I won't be the first, but I won't be the last. If you know what I mean.
I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. I have to respect that. Definitely. So man, that's the events.
We're
talking about your DJing, your love for Afrobeats and soca, getting into the music, studying at uni. Now let's talk about the new venture, because you said in the lockdown you had time to rejig, relook at yourself, reassess your your avenues,
The
your
vision. Yeah.
ideas, your interests, your ideas. So let's talk about the record label. How did you get the name Gaffa Records UK? You know, who inspired you to say, you know what, I want to try record label? Because we know the inspiration for the music, we know the inspiration for the DJing, we know the inspiration for the events, but to say you're going to do a record label, that's not a small thing. But we know
Yeah.
we know you can do it because you've done the events and stuff. So
Yeah.
give us that insight.
Yeah, you know what it is, yeah. I think with music and being a DJ, what you tend to get a lot is you get like people sending you music. Um, and with me, I'm always one where if you send me something, I will try and listen to it because I just like it. And more time, I'll try and give you feedback. So what eventually happened was I was giving quite a few people feedback and would be going back and forth. I'll be telling them, okay, listen, the song's good, but maybe you should do this in it, or maybe you should promote it this way, etc. And then one guy literally just said to me, look, listen, like, are you into management, or do you? I said, no, I'm just a DJ. That's what I do, sort of thing. And he said, listen, maybe you should look into it a bit more, and see, because the advice that you've given me has really helped. So I said, okay, I'll do that.
I
Yeah.
love
So
that.
shout him. So then I looked into it a bit further, and at the time I also had people around me that were part of a label or had just started a label. Shout out P Montana with Railway music. He started his label. So there'll be times where I would be like to him, listen, can I come in and sit in on one of your meetings, or can I come in and sit in on one of your sessions, because I want to know the ins and outs of labels. I want to know what is going on, like, because we all hear stuff, but until you're there,
No.
you just don't know. And one thing with me is I like to do a lot of research. You know what I mean? If you go onto my like YouTube history, you'll be thinking this guy's flipping crazy. Anything to do with what I want to do, I'll probably take a whole day and just sit on YouTube and watch every single video related to what that is. Whether it was even from DJing times, I would sit on YouTube and see, okay, how do you mix this? How do you do this? So in terms of record label, I would sit down and start watching videos. Okay, what is publishing? What is this? How do you do trademark? How do you start a company? How do you do that? So eventually I said, you know, yeah, I think I'm ready to start putting things in action. But we needed to come up with a name. Now, with me, I've sort of got this nickname with a lot of my friends, which is the Gaffer, which basically means like the person that sort of like takes charge of stuff. Even to do with like the events, I'm normally, if when we do an event, you more than likely 9 out of 10 times you'll probably see me at the club before anyone else, because I like to make sure that everything is running smoothly. If there's any problems, people will more than likely come to me, because I kind of think quick and try and find out what the solution is, and most of the time it works. Yeah, so people just sort of like the people around me just used to say, oh yeah, go and talk to the gaffer this. So that's where the sort of name came up. I said, yeah, listen, Gaffa Records, that's what we're gonna call it. So so at that point in time we had the name, we had like logo done, etc. But I still didn't have it any time, because I was doing events, DJing, working, family. There was just no time for me to properly get everything I wanted to do done. And then COVID came, bam, and all of a sudden I've got all of this time. So I said, listen, this is the time. Let's literally cut the rope and just start running with it and see what happens. So literally, yeah, done that. Got the company set up, and just yeah, got social set up and started the movement.
I love that. So, Gaffa Records UK. What makes Gaffa Records UK different to the other labels? Because there's gonna be up and coming artists watching, and even established artists now watching, looking for a situation, an environment, a team that can help to take them to the next level, and that the artists can help take to the next level too and grow, because it's hand in hand. What is gonna make Gaffa Records unique and the place to come to for upcoming artists?
Yeah, I think with us, as a team, we're very artist focused in terms of we want to hear what you want. I mean, because a lot of artists want different things. Some may just want the promotion. Some may just want advice on the music. Some may just want connects to studios. I mean, everyone's got their own needs. So with us, we sort of like take time to listen to exactly what you want and try and cater to that specifically. Obviously, there's a lot of other labels that are doing their thing, which is great, because, like I said, once again, you just want the whole scene to move up. You know what I mean, as one. But yeah, with us, we just literally just trying to do our best for the artists, and really try and find the like undercover artists that just aren't getting as much limelight as they can, and help them. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's crazy where there's times where I would listen to, like, even just being a DJ, from take off the label hat and put on the DJ hat, where people will send me music, and I will think this must be signed to a label, or this must be doing crazy numbers, and I'll go and check, and it's just not doing it. And I'm thinking, why is that? Why is this song not taking off? And then I'll do a bit more research and think, this person hasn't really promoted it properly, or they've just put it out there. You know what I mean? And as artists, a lot of people get very what's the word? You really just want to get out there. You make a song, and this song is hot, so you just want to put it out there. But there's a process to everything. You know what I mean? You can't just throw it out there. And this is where I think all of the sort of different hats that I've got and people in my team, they all sort of interlink, because there's crossover points in terms of the events. We might wake up tomorrow and think we want to do an event, and everything, this is a great idea, but we can't put it out tomorrow, because we need to think, stop, what do we need to do to make this event go? We need to do this, we need to contact this person, we need to do this. Even as a DJ, I might think, I've got a sick mix. What do I need to do? Send out emails to other DJs to try and get a guest mix on their show. Send it to these people. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that come into it behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I just that stuff like that. We want to sort of like help other people with that, and that's where we just like come in.
Where you come in, and that's the love, and I love that you've come from. And you know what? I think it's so special. You've experienced the different elements. So you've been the feta / the party goer, the raver. You've been the DJ from virtual, so you know the grind. You've been the event organizer, because secretly an event organizer is a visionary. You envision something and you bring it to life.
Yeah,
you see me?
Yeah.
And the same thing with a DJ.
Yeah.
And you're the feta, you have your own vision of enjoyment as well. So it just makes sense now that you just transition into a label owner, because now you can sit down with somebody and listen to them, have that conversation, and see, all right, cool. I see the passion, I see the hunger, I can see your vision, and I know what I want to do to assist you to get to that place as well, and further.
Yeah.
So that's
good. Definitely. And it's like with me as well, personally, I've always been very, very keen on progression. So even obviously started off as a DJ, then started doing events, small events here and there, then started moving events to all across the UK. Then we done a UK tour, which is like an inside event where we've done it in different cities, etc. Then onto party weekenders. I mean, so for me, it's always been progression. So I feel as a DJ, the next step for me was to go into sort of producing, making music, which sort of ties hand in hand with me just doing the label stuff, because of all of the different hats that I've got, and
There we go.
connections that I've already made and established relationships, stuff like that. But like I said, it's still fairly new to me, but it's a learning phase. So
Yeah.
yeah, just taking every day as it comes, still learning stuff as we go. But
So you mentioned the
we move.
producing. I love that. You mentioned the producing. When you say you're producing, what kind of, or what genre, what sound are you gonna be pushing out with Gaffa Records? Is it gonna be the current UK drill? Is it gonna be R&B? Is it gonna be hip hop? Is it gonna be soca? Is it gonna be dancehall? Is it gonna be Afro beats?
Yeah, see, this is the thing with the label itself. I feel like we're just looking for good music, whether it's Afrobeats, dancehall, R&B. We might have a period where we say, listen, we really want to focus on maybe R&B. So let's personally go out and look for R&B artists. So we might have an Afrobeats and let's go look out for R&B artists. But we're still open to all as. Me personally, when I take off the label hat and I go into the producing that, it's sort of the same thing. Me being a multi-genre DJ, I play everything. That's a DJ. So in terms of music, I love music. So when I'm producing, I try and make as much as I can, which sort of hinders me in a certain sense, because if I probably took all of that time and put it into one genre, I'll probably know a bit more in depth, you know what I mean? But that's something that I can't help. I like music. So I might wake up and hear an Afrobeat track and say, you know, yeah, I want to make something like that. I want to make something like Batman. So but yeah, it just literally I'm making everything. So like the first release that I had just with Tance and Frido, big up yourselves, was like a Afro, yeah, it was like a Afro swing sort of beat. And then I had a freestyle with F Don that was a bit different. And next thing I've got is R&B. So it's literally just
we're just going through the motion. Yeah, so speak on that. Speak on that. So how do you market that? Because that first song you said was the Afro swing one. So how did you market that, and how well did that do? Was it what did you pitch it to the streaming platforms? Do you have a preference? Are you on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify? Let us know how did you get that first record off the ground and moving?
Yeah, see, once again, it kind of comes back to me just doing a lot of research into something simple as like, how do you even get your music on these streaming sites? You know what I mean? And in essence, it is pretty easy because you have different sort of distribution platforms that help you to do that. So you literally send them your music and they'll upload it to all of the streaming sites for you. And they handle all of that. But in terms of like the promotion, I feel like I was helped because it was my first ever single, and generally, obviously, I had a lot of support from people around me and people that just wanted to hear, what is this guy doing now? Is this gonna sound good? Is this gonna sound like trash? You know what I mean? Like, so I had a lot of support from people, and it just literally just general stuff. I sort of had a plan of how I wanted to push it, how I wanted to promote it, and it was literally just following that through and seeing what works, what doesn't work, so that I know for the next release, maybe I should do this different, maybe I should do that different, etc. So it was just more like testing the waters, but that done pretty well. Quite a few people were responsive to it. People following me saying,
congrats, amazing,
yeah,
bro.
thank you. People sending me DMs saying that they like it, etc. So yeah, it was just nice to know that I could do that. But then at the same time, it was just like, this is nice, but let's progress on it. Let's continue going. Let's steamroll. So yeah.
That's dope. I love that energy as well. That let's steamroll, let's keep it pushing, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to just bask in the excitement of one, or sometimes get sidetracked because, like you said, you're a family man. You work. So even that. Now let's speak on that quickly as well. How has that been during the pandemic? Because you're a father, you're a husband. Like, how has that worked, and how have you managed to build and establish, or initiate a record label and keep yourself, you know, in and connected with your family. How has that been?
Yeah, see, with one thing with me is I always found that I had the family work life balance pretty well. Um, even just to do from my uni days when I used to balance uni and work, people used to be like, how are you doing that? How are you doing your uni work and DJing at night and then going to do work? You know what I mean? But if you find a balance for everything works to me. It just you just
Right.
got you've got a set times where you say, you know what, yeah, as much as I want to do this, I haven't done this. So like maybe I haven't spent time with the kids. Let me literally turn off my phone, turn off the laptop. That beat can just wait there. It's not running anywhere. You know what I mean? Let me go spend time with them. Same way how I might have a long day with the family and think, you know, yeah, now that everyone's asleep, let me go and focus on this. You know what I mean? So it's that you find an escape in everything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Music was always my sort of escape from the real world sort of thing. Like I would
Yes,
go
yeah,
and
hey.
DJ, and I'm now in the DJ mode and I'm enjoying. But it sort of it resets you. You know what I mean? Which is why I kind of find uh, uh I understand. I feel for DJs, especially in this sort of pandemic time, because we're used to being out more or less
Absolutely.
every other night.
Everybody-
You know what I mean? And we sort of use that as our release. We do that, and then we go to sleep, wake up, and we are reset. We're ready to go for work the next day. We're ready to go for this the next day. So now that we don't have that, it literally just feels like work. There's no release, which is why I feel that making music kind of came at the right time for me, because even though I can't go and DJ at events or I can't do events, I can use that time to make music. So I can go to the studio for a couple of hours after the kids are sleeping and then make this. You know what I mean? On the weekend, I can go and do that. But at the same time, it's just
It's
crazy
amazing.
finding the balance. It's crazy finding the balance. But I think it's been good having like lockdown and stuff in terms of spending time with the family. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
you we I not that I didn't really have that, but I've got a lot more of it now. You know what I mean?
More than before. And
Yeah.
has that made your bond with like your wife closer, like, and your siblings and stuff closer? Because
Oh yeah, definitely. 110%. Like even to do like even the stuff to do with like sounds more like homeschooling. Yeah. Um, you obviously everyone knows where their kids are at in terms of like their stage of education, but when you're there and you're seeing them every day in the class in the sessions, you have a greater like insight as to, okay, maybe she needs to do this more, maybe she needs to do that more. You know what I mean?
so
Which
do
is
you
why.
now appreciate the teachers even more
Oh,
now?
definitely. Listen, as soon as the schools open up here, I'm probably gonna be the first one in that school shaking everyone's hand, saying, "Listen, you are doing a great, you're doing a great job." Because for
So,
me, it's tiring, but it's fun at the same time. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know that you're doing it for a good reason. You want
most
your
definitely.
kids, you want the best for your kids. So if me going over what's 4 times 4, and I'm explaining it 100 times, and I'm getting frustrated, but she gets at the end, let's go. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
It's all for a good purpose. So yeah, man, yeah, it's great. But saying that, please, boys, man, send these kids back to school, man. I need a break, please.
I love that. I love the honesty. I love the realness, and I feel like it's so important as well for people to understand that in as much as this is a very restricting time, there's time you've not got an additional time to do so many other things that on a normal to 2019 and before you'd put to the back burner. You're
Yeah,
focused.
yeah.
Everybody was chasing the bag. Remember, everyone's chasing the bag, chasing this, chasing that. You didn't have
Hmm.
time like you thought you did before, and now here you are really sitting down and really finding out what truly matters and what is your motivation, what's your sustenance, what's the driving force behind why you want to do these things and what really makes you tick,
Exactly.
what really matters to you. So it's fantastic. And this again is why I'm so happy I started this platform, which is Doing It 365, because I wanted to highlight the people that are doing the things all year round that really matter to them. Like, what's the core of you? What really moves you? What
Yeah,
are you
I love it,
investing?
man. I love it.
What are you investing in that, you know? Because right now you're doing something that's not making you money, but you're spending money on it because it's not easy to produce. It's not easy. Studios ain't cheap. As much as they
Not
might
at
give
all.
you
Yeah,
discounts and this now because it's the pandemic, it's still not cheap. And then the time, it's not cheap either. It's a lot of energy, it's a lot of effort. So again, hats off to everybody that's striving and pushing and
yeah,
doing the things
definitely, man.
that really matter to them. So I love to hear that as well, that you've because it's so easy sometimes as people to say, yeah, man, family's all right, or give a little bit more, or sometimes you feel overwhelmed because probably you've been given like this from before, and then now you don't have that escape of work, you don't have that escape
Yeah,
of being. So it's two sides of the spectrum. So it's amazing, and it's a reminder of people that, yo, whatever you need to do to keep that balance going, just try your best to
yeah.
do it. So if it
That's it,
means
man. That's it.
more time with the family or less time with the family, or mixing it up, or trying something different, going for a walk, going for this, going to the studio, call a friend, say, yo, what's up? I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
talked to you in a while. What's going on? Like, let's link up, let's do this, or share this, share that. And then you sit down with your partner and say, darling, how is things going? Like, it's been a rough year for the two of us. I've been this, you've done that. Come together and nice, and then you do it with the kids, you do it with your family as well, the siblings, dad,
yeah.
mom. So,
Yeah,
I
and you know, is that I just feel like everyone needs to find their own balance. You know what I mean? What may work for you may not work for this other person. I mean, someone might need to spend a bit more time with their kids, or someone might spend a bit more time doing um extra extra stuff. I don't know, going out and just making sure that they're in the best space to for everything else. You know what I mean? So it's just, and I feel like once you do find that balance, everything becomes easier. You know what I mean? Because without that, it just becomes stress. You know what I mean? If you're working 24/7 and you can't do the stuff that you want, you're working but you're not happy. You know what I mean? So
and that's the beautiful thing. And we know music makes you happy, producing makes you happy. You've told us about now the Afro swing, Afro fusion with Tance and Predo.
yeah.
You've done another track. Tell us now about the
The
latest release. Cause I want to hear about this now. Let me know how you went about producing that. Let me know the artist. Let me know when it's gonna be out. You know, because
yeah.
and people don't forget the link to the pre-sale to pre-save it on all the platforms will be available in the description box below. So make sure you're subscribing to Flags,
Make sure you go
and
click
make
that.
sure you're following Gaffa Records UK on IG. The link will be below in the description box, and make sure you're following DJ Scarfz as well. But Gaffa, tell us
Yeah.
this new project you have.
Yeah. So this new song it's called "Call Me Back." Comes out February the 14th. It's a nice R&B song. Sort of goes with the mood of Valentine's Day. So you know, yeah. But with that one, what happened was one of the producers that I work with sent me a beat and said, "Listen, is there anything you think you could add to it or take away from it?" Blah blah. So we were going back and forth, and then we sort of got it to where we wanted. And I said, "Listen, I've got an idea for this track. I kind of know what I want to do with it. Let me see if I can get a female singer on it."
Mm-hmm.
So then I was literally just once again took a whole day going through all the female singers, because what I do is when I go through my Spotify Discover playlist, shout out Spotify because your playlists are amazing, but I normally tend to go through it and I just find a lot of new artists. And what I do is I would literally find their name, find their details, and I'll save it onto my database so that I know that when I want to do maybe an Afrobeats track, I'll go and look at all the Afrobeats people that I've liked. If I want to do a single
That
track,
makes sense.
yeah. So I came across this one female singer, Diana. And I literally sent her the beat. I said, "Listen, this is the beat. This is what I sort of envision for it. If you're interested, let me know." And then she came back to me and said, "Yep, love the beat. let's go. Let's get cracking on it." And then yeah, literally after going back and forth, studio here and there, we managed to get the way that we wanted. And then we said, "Yeah, this is ready to go." But this has been ready from late last year. But we thought let's just wait a bit, drop it at the right time, and we just don't want to put it out there. And obviously with Valentine's Day coming up and the whole mood around that, we thought this would be a nice fit for that sort of theme. So we said let's go ahead and drop it on February 14th. So yeah, hopefully, obviously everyone go and pre-save that. Hopefully everyone enjoys it. Keep streaming.
Platforms here, Tidal, Spotify.
It will be, yep, it will be on everything.
I'm a Tidal man. I'm a big advocate for Tidal because it's for artists by artists. So I'll definitely be streaming it on Tidal for sure. And I love that.
Love that,
R&B, because there's this current conversation going on that there's not enough appreciation for R&B from UK R&B artists. So for you to come now with a track that's gonna add to that ambience, add to that elevation and that appreciation for the R&B flavor that's so amazing in the UK. I'm looking forward to seeing the response, seeing the love, seeing the energy. And
same.
That's dope, and I love that. So, is there any more works with Diana? Did you co-write anything in this as well, or did you just leave her to do all the writing and you just gave her the beat and then you just let the magic happen?
No. What I've done is I sent her like a bit of the hook of how I feel it wanted to be. At that point in time, it had a couple words, but it didn't have. Actually, like, it had a whole hook, but she said she wanted to change a couple bits to it. So I said, yeah, go ahead. Whatever you feel worked best, you do that. And then if we come back and we hear it and we say, maybe that bit didn't didn't work, then we'll edit. But at least we're moving forward. You know what I mean? So back and forth. So yeah, she done a great job on it. When I first heard it, because she sent me a draft before the song was even done, and when I heard it, I was like, "Yep, I'm happy. I'm more than happy with this. let's get you in studio and let's record this as soon as possible." So yeah, she definitely done the song justice. She's got an EP that she's working on as well. So hopefully I'll have a couple more bits on there. And then and then just going forward, there's just plenty more songs that I'm working on.
Work with.
Just bag. So
I love that. I love that. How do you get in the zone? Because it's something I always like hearing producers and artists explain their creative process. So like, when she sent that back to you now, you and your co-producer rushed to the studio, like, what's it like? What are we doing? Are you drinking? Are you eating something? Are you a person that, right, it just has to be you two in the studio at first, or do you need to meds it in the car first? Or like, how is that creative process like?
You know, yeah, I feel that it really just varies, because there's been times where I've been like, nah, I need to just be in the studio by myself and just crack on with it. And then when I feel I'm ready, I'll tell you to come and do your bit. But then there's been times where I've been in the studio with so many people, and next thing you know, one person's saying this, and I'm like, oh, listen, hold that line right there. And I write that down, and someone else will do something, and I'm like putting it all together. So it really does vary. But for me, I think it's more, I like to have a vision of how I want things to be. So I'm very picky with it. So once I have the vision, and once things start sounding like that vision, I'm good to just push on. Whatever it is that needs to be done, let's push on with it. When it starts diverting, I'm a bit more like, maybe we need to just change this. I don't know, maybe you know what I mean. But so far, obviously the past two singles that I've got and this one, the way that I've wanted to be is the way that it's gone,
and it's been successful. I love that.
Yeah, which is good, especially with my previous release, which was the freestyle Power Black Women. That track was literally spot on to the T of how I wanted it to be, and it was just great. It was great seeing the feedback from everyone, because the feedback on it was just mind-numbing. It was like, whoa, like especially because I I pictured that that's how it was gonna be, but it's one thing picturing how it's gonna people are gonna take it in, and people taking it in like that. Yeah, I mean, we had like people like Lady Lesher come in saying, "Listen, this is great." Shabo, Trinity Banks, literally everyone that had heard it had come back and said, "Listen, yeah, this is dope." This is dope.
Speaking of those artists, who are the artists you want to work with for 2021? If you can give us, or have worked with for 2021 already, like what are the upcoming?
Oh, that would be cheating, wouldn't it be? But no, I've got there's a lot of stuff coming. I've got some work with J Kaz,
Big up
Driggy, yeah, big up J Kaz, Driggy. There's quite a few people that I've got in there that I'm working with or I'm in talks with. But listen, I'm just more open to working with anyone that can make my vision come to light. So whether it be a bashment song, the Afrobeat song, I mean, there's so many great artists out there that I'm open to it. I'm all ears. You know what I mean? I really like what Trinity Banks is doing at the moment.
Big up Trillery.
Yeah, I heard her music and I'm like, yeah. So hopefully this year I can work with her on something.
Right. That's dope.
Yeah.
We got the exclusive. You're not forgiving too much more. So we know you got something with J Kaz, and we know you want to work with Trillery Banks. And I love that. There's the balance there. You want to work with the up and coming, you want to work with the men and the women, and you're reaching out, you're doing the songs that are meaningful as well in the mix of that as well, and they're getting the good response and the feedback. So
because I think especially with me, there's I kind of have this thing where I want to make good music, but at the same time I want to make music that has a point. You know what I mean? So like the first release that I had, I just wanted to make that because I wanted to make good music, whereas Proud Black Women was more, I wanted to highlight all of the black women out here that are doing their thing. That was the aim. You know what I mean? As much as I want it to be good, the aim for this is that I want to shout out all the black women that are doing their thing and give them their flowers, give them their props. You know what I mean? So hopefully just going forward, I can continue doing stuff like that, making good music and making music that has a point.
I hear that fully, and I love that, and I respect that, and I know when the rest of the people are watching this and seeing this, they're gonna say, you know what, that's fantastic. So make sure, folks, you go and check out that song, Powerful Black Women. And once again, this is Doing It 365 right here on Flags 365, where we highlight the prominent as well as the up and coming entities in the Afro-Caribbean community. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that comment button, let us know what you've enjoyed so far. Go in the description box and follow Gaffa Records UK. Check out the pre-save link for the new track called Call Me Back coming out on the 14th.
That's it.
DJ Scarfz on IG as well.
So influential, Flags 365. Once again, thanks for having me. You lot are great. I love what you lot are doing. You know what I mean? That's why I literally, when I saw it, I shouted and said, "Not yeah." I want to be part of this as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this is a great platform showing what everyone else is doing. So yeah, man, keep doing you, man. Bigger and better. I love it.
Bigger and better all the way, man. That's just all about highlighting everybody that needs to be highlighted, that wants to be highlighted, and doing great works. So I look forward to seeing what you have in store for 2021. Before you quickly go, as well, I want to ask you, what have been your favorite tracks for 2020?
For 2020,
because you're a producer, you're a record labeler, owner, you're a DJ. So what were the say top 5 tracks for you for 2020?
Jesus, you know, one of them definitely has to be Scribs, Riley, Mandy. I had that song on repeat for God knows how long. That song was just that song is mad. It's mad. Top 5, Jesus. You know, I listen to so much music. It's hard to say.
Just give me the just give it to them. Just give me them as they come to you.
No, the easiest way to do this would be to go through my liked
on Spotify.
Yeah.
Go through it. Let's know. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay. So I've got Scarfz Riley with Mandy. I've got Gina G and Illy on this. I love that track as well. Big up you, Trilly Banks.
Yes.
Sarah Jane.
Big tune.
Let's go for two more. There's I'm a Piano song, which is a remix of a song called Bella Ciao. That
the South African crew, yeah.
South African. See, with I'm a Piano, when you hear that is different sorts of vibes. Yeah, I mean,
I love how you mentioned that guy. I'm loving that genre right now.
Listen,
I'm loving that. I got a side in the line. Listen, yeah, proper. When you make that beat, call me because I've got an idea. I've got an idea.
When?
Oh yeah. Or if it's made
it
already.
Might already be there.
Ready. Let's go. Let's talk.
Let me not talk too much.
There we go. That's what I love. I love this. I love the exclusives, the snippets, the energy. Right. What's your next and final track?
Final track we will go with. I don't know if this is last year. Actually, it might be the year before, but it was JK Toothache. I really like that song, but I think that might have been 2019. But with COVID, man, everything just all one big day, man.
It's bad. But my brother DJ Scarfz, it's been a pleasure having you on the platform.
This
is Doing It 365, where we highlight the prominent as well as up and coming entities in the Afro-Caribbean community, shining light on them and all their endeavors and what they're doing. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Click the link there, and we'll see you on the next episode. And make sure you're following DJ Scarfz at DJ Scarfz on Instagram. Give thanks, bro. Peace and love.
Thank you.
We out. Thank you very much.